I'm Aloha Steve, and welcome to the introductory episode of the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele. Our aim at Lazy Guide to the Ukulele is not to fill your head with unnecessary musical knowledge or musical theory, but just to give you the right amount of musical knowledge to have fun and use the ukulele. Think of it as ukulele fast food for the brain. It's very bad for you, but oh so tasty. Each episode of the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele will start with a small fact, either about your ukulele or about your ukulele playing. We'll also teach you an easy to learn song and all the variations thereof, so you too can annoy your friends and family. A lot of the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele is aimed at total beginners. Either you've just been given your first ukulele, you've opened it out of the box, or it's been under the bed for 15 years after your last trip to Hawaii. But we won't be forgetting the intermediate and advanced players. Towards the end of each episode, we'll be giving you alternate chords, pickings, intros, so that you can improve your playing too. Another aim at the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele is not to teach you a bunch of children's songs or ukulele standards. Of course, unless that is the theme of the show. What we want you to be able to do is be at your next beach party, wedding, divorce, and lead a sing-along or play along with other instruments. In upcoming episodes of the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele, we'll be learning songs like Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, King of the Road, Green Day's When I Come Around, and how to give your playing that Hawaiian sound. We'll also be doing some specials as Lazy Guide to the Ukulele hits the road from Las Vegas and Hawaii. And don't forget our massive AC/DC special. And just remember, I'm not here to make you a virtuoso. There are plenty of other websites and tutorials for that. And if you want the music theory behind what I'm teaching, go take a music class. So sit back, relax, put on your comfy clothes, tune those ukes, and let's get lazy. What do you reckon, Maui? Cheers! And aloha! Welcome back. Now that we have our comfy clothes on, we need to go through a few things you'll need to know about your ukulele before we can start playing. Let's start with our ukulele itself. As we know, it's a 4-string instrument, each string representing a different note. These notes are as such. Our top string is our G string, sometimes looking like this, but most of the time looking like this. Second string is our C string. Our third string is our E string. And our final string, or the bottom string, is our A string. G, C, E, A. A great way to remember this is good cats eat ants. There's another little trick you can use that'll help keeping your ukulele in tune if you don't have a tuner handy. And it's just a saying that goes along with the strings. It's, my dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. And that's a really good way to check, without a tuner, whether at least you're reasonably in tune. Now, let's have a look at some chords and chord diagrams. One of the most important things you'll need to learn before we can start playing is chords. Chords are usually made up of 3 or more notes played together to make up a single chord. So it's really important that we're able to read a chord diagram. And a chord diagram looks like this. It's really quite simple to read, actually. The numbers down the side represent your frets. 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th frets. The letters along the bottom represent our strings. G, C, E, A. This is a C chord. So, to get a C chord, we need to have our finger 1st, 2nd, 3rd fret on our A string. and that will give us a C note. So again, first, second, third, C chord. This is an F chord. First, second, third, fourth, G, C, E, A. So, we have a finger on our G string or top string on the second fret, and we have a finger in the first fret of our E string, and that's an F chord. Now that we know how to read a chord diagram, it's going to make it so much easier to learn songs. You can also look at the link below and download the Lazy Guide to the Ukulele's chord charts, which covers most of the chords that you're ever going to need to play the ukulele. Now that we've done that, let's look at some strumming techniques. Okay, this is the important part of this lesson, is learning to strum. There are many different strums that we'll use and different techniques of strumming that we'll teach over time. But for the moment, for a very first initial class, let's just get you on the basic down-up strumming technique. The best way to learn to strum your ukulele properly is like this. Just using two fingers, cover your strings just lightly. And with your other index finger on your right hand, or left-handed if you're left-handed, point to yourself. Then simply point towards the ground or your feet, and then point back to yourself. And then just repeat. I tend to, on the down strum, use the back of my nail, and on the up strum, the pad of your finger. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, now that we've done some strumming practice, let's just jump ahead a little bit to next week's lesson, where I'm going to teach you the 3 chords you're going to need for lesson 2. The first chord we're going to learn, we've just done some practice with, our C chord. Again, 3 frets along on our bottom or A string. I tend to play this with my ring finger, just purely because it makes it easier to change chords. But playing it with your index finger is totally acceptable. So again, our C chord, 1, 2, 3 frets down on our A string. The second chord we're going to learn is the F chord. Our F chord requires us to use these 2 fingers. On the chord diagram, it looks like this. Top string or our G string, 2nd fret. And our E string, 1st fret. So, I tend to use my middle finger on the top string and my index finger on our E string, so that it looks like that. And that's our F chord. Last but not least, our G chord. Probably the more difficult of the 3 chords we're going to learn, because we need to use 3 fingers. On our chord diagram, it looks like this. C string, 2nd fret, E string, 3rd fret, and A string, 2nd fret. There are 2 ways to do this chord. Myself, I use my index finger on the bottom string, 2nd fret, my middle finger on the C string or 2nd string, 2nd fret, and my ring finger on the E string, 3rd fret. This is a G chord. The alternative way of doing this chord is placing your middle finger on the 2nd fret, bottom string, your index finger on the 2nd fret on your 2nd string or your C string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret of your E string. Both are totally acceptable ways. Again, index finger, bottom string, 2nd fret. Middle finger, 2nd fret, 2nd string or our C string. And ring finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Alternatively, middle finger, bottom string, 2nd fret. Index finger, 2nd string, 2nd fret. And our ring finger, 3rd string, 3rd fret. Both are totally acceptable and easy to play, just with a bit of practice. What we've taught you today is just some very basics that are going to help you progress just that little bit faster in our second lesson. We'll be teaching slightly a different strumming pattern for next week's song, which will be King of the Road. One disclaimer before we go on. I am definitely not a singer of any way, shape or form. I'm just your average punter who likes playing my ukulele and enjoying it or annoying my friends and family. So please, don't write in saying you're a terrible singer. I already know that, and so do my friends and family. I just really have a passion for the ukulele and enjoy playing it and sharing it with others. So until next week, where we're going to be doing King of the Road, practice those chords and those strummings. Till next week, I'm Aloha Steve, and aloha.